Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Capital One VentureOne Rewards credit card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive a few free stocks, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Webull. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then deposit at least $100. At that point, Webull will be sending you a few free stocks worth anywhere between, let's say, like $1,000 and all the way up to $20,000. Okay, so diving right into the main features of the Capital One VentureOne Rewards credit card. First off, we're going to be talking about points and how you can earn them. So with this card, you are going to be earning 1.25 miles on every single transaction that you make. That is going to be unlimited, no matter how much you spend each and every month or each and every year. And then you're also going to be able to earn 5 miles per dollar spent on hotels and rental cars when you book those transactions through the Capital One travel portal. Now with this card, there's also going to be a spend bonus as well. So as long as you're able to spend at least $500 within the first 3 months of having this card, you will be receiving a spend bonus of 20,000 miles. So that will be worth right around $200 in travel, and $500 spent in 3 months is not going to be too difficult for most people to achieve. That's going to be right around $166 every single month in spend, which most people are probably going to spend just in gas and groceries alone pretty easily before the first month is even up. Now, on top of that, you're also going to be able to receive some other benefits with this card as well. So just for instance, with this card, there are not going to be any foreign transaction fees. So if you do happen to travel outside the country, this is definitely a credit card that you can take with you because you won't be hit with any extra fees. This is definitely a pretty good perk because with some of the other credit cards out there in the market, they charge a 3% foreign transaction fee. So this card has the benefit of it not charging any foreign transaction fees whatsoever. Then on top of that, you're also going to be receiving auto rental collision damage waiver. So if you rent an eligible vehicle with this card, you can be covered for damage due to collision or theft. You're also going to be receiving 50% off of handcrafted beverages at any Capital One cafe nationwide. So if you happen to have a Capital One cafe in your city, you can pop in there and save 50% off a handcrafted beverage. Then, in addition to that, you're also going to be receiving travel accident insurance. So you're going to be receiving automatic insurance for a covered loss at no extra charge when you use this card to purchase your fare. And then you're also going to be receiving extended warranty protection as well. So you're going to be getting an additional warranty protection at no extra charge on eligible items as long as you purchase it with this credit card. So now that we went over the main features of this card, at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, your purchase APR is going to be 0% for the first 15 months. Then after that, it's going to rise up to 19.99, 26.24, or 29.99% based on your credit worthiness. So it is a pretty good introductory APR there. Once again, for the first 15 months, your APR is going to be 0%. So perhaps if you have a lot of larger transactions coming up, perhaps unexpected transactions that you absolutely have to make and you can't put off any longer, then you could consider putting them on this card. And for the first 15 months, you will not be charged any interest. However, I would definitely make sure that you pay those off before the first 15 months are up, because once again, if you do not, you are going to be paying a lot of interest on those charges. Once again, it's going to be anywhere between 19.99 all the way up to 29.99%. Then as far as balance transfers go with this card, it's going to be the exact same thing as purchases. So you are going to have the 0% introductory APR for the first 15 months. This could be a great opportunity for you if you currently have another credit card out there that has a larger balance that you're also paying a lot of interest on a month-to-month basis. So maybe you're paying like hundreds of dollars of interest every single month. You could consider transferring the balance from that card over to this card, and once again, for the first 15 months, you will not be paying any interest. However, you will definitely want to make sure to pay off that balance from your balance transfer before the first 15 months are up, because if you do not, then once again, your interest rate, you're going to be right back at square one of paying a lot of interest on that balance. Your APR at that point in time is going to either be 19.99, 26.24, or 29.99% based on your credit worthiness. Then as far as cash advances go, on this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances. This, of course, should not be considered financial advice, just my own personal reasons. Usually you're paying a lot of interest on them, plus a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this card, just know your APR on them is going to be a whopping 29.99%. plus some fees as well, which we are going to be diving into right now. So as far as the fees go on the cash advances, the fees are either going to be $5 or 5% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. Then as far as the balance transfers go, even though for the first 15 months you are going to have that great 0% introductory APR on them, you are still going to have to pay a fee on your balance transfer and on each balance transfer that you make. So the fee on your balance transfers, you're going to have an introductory fee of 3% of the amount of your balance transfer that is going to be for the first 15 months. After that, it's going to be 4% if there's still some type of promotional APR going on. And if there's not a promotional APR going on and you have to pay the purchase rate on your balance transfer, which for most people is not going to make a lot of sense to do, then in that case, there is going to be a 5% charge, a 5% fee on that balance transfer. Then as far as late payments go, there is going to be a late payment of up to $40. Now, if you do happen to pay late for the first time, perhaps even the second time, you could try calling into Capital One to see if they will waive that fee. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. However, I would definitely make sure to maybe set up auto pay, mark your calendar, do whatever works best for you to make sure that you are making payments on time. That way you do not even have to be faced with that $40 fee and faced with the situation of possibly having to call into Capital One to see if they will waive that fee. And then finally, as far as the annual fee goes with this card there is no annual fee, which definitely makes your decision that much easier on a year-to-year basis on whether or not to keep this card or close it, because you are not paying an annual fee anyways, so it definitely makes it worthwhile to just go ahead and keep. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things about this card and the worst things about this card. So we're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is the fact that you can earn the 20,000 bonus miles. As long as you're able to spend at least $500 within the first 3 months, that's going to be pretty easy to achieve. So 20,000 bonus miles, that's definitely a perk. Then you're also going to have the 0% introductory APR on both purchases and balance transfers for the first 15 months. So if this is right for you, if it makes sense for you to take advantage of this, it's definitely a pretty good perk as well. And then finally with this card, there are no foreign transaction fees, so you can travel outside the country, you can continue to use it, and you won't be hit with any extra fees like you are with some of the other credit cards out there on the market. So those are the best things about this credit card. At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the worst things, and really just one thing about this card that I just really don't like. I mean, there's no annual fee, but you're only going to be earning 1.25 miles per dollar spent. So that's 1.25% cash back essentially, which when you compare this card to other credit cards out there in the market, the 1.25 miles per dollar spent is pretty much average and possibly even below average. I would shoot for at least 1.5 miles per dollar spent and even 2 miles per dollar spent. So for instance, with another credit card that Capital One currently has, the Capital One Venture card, not the Capital One VentureOne that we're reviewing in this video, the Capital One Venture card, you're actually going to be earning 2 miles per dollar spent. And then on top of that, you can actually earn a 60,000 point spin bonus. With that card, however, there is a $95 annual fee, so that's definitely something that you should consider. But if you are interested in learning more about that card, I will link a review that I did up there by my face if you do want to check that out. But that's all we have for this review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.